Are you recording? Okay, cool. So that is recording. All right. So before we get started, we just want to review our community norms that you guys see on the screen here, just to kind of let you know a little bit about our summer program. So again, we are a safe zone of respect and kindness. We welcome everyone and know that our diversity is our strength. Please make sure you guys are arriving on time, being prepared, and actively participating in all activities. First and foremost, especially for our new students, it's okay to be lost and overwhelmed and confused. Please know that we are here to help. So just make sure you're asking. We do not discriminate or act unkind to others. We support and cheer each other on. We're all here to learn, including our staff. So be willing to change your perspective and make space for others to do the same. Make sure you are staying at campus at all times and always wearing your name tag. We'll talk about that stuff later today. Study and work hard, but also please recognize when it's time for you to take a break. Apologize and work to repair damage if you violate a norm. And at the end of the day, we want you guys to have fun. This is going to be a really fun summer experience, and we don't want you guys to forget that, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. There we go. So first, we're going to introduce ourselves, talk a little bit about our summer program. We'll take some questions at the end, and then students, you will break out into rooms and then meet your success coaches and some of the students in your groups. And then parents, if you guys want to stay in the main room with Sierra and myself, we will be responding and asking questions. But before we move on, I want everyone in the chat, what high school are we from? So let us know what high school you are joining us from, so we know where everyone's at. All right, Marcos, Trevor Brown, Lake Havasu. All right, let's see who's going to be my farthest one. I've got Westwood, Bioscience. All right, Grand Canyon so far is probably my farthest one. Ganado, nope, never mind. Ganado's going to take the cake there. Grand Canyon. A lot of students from outside the Phoenix area. That's awesome. Lake Havasu, Millennium, Tempe Prep. Awesome. Thank you so much, folks, for putting all that information in. Thank you. That's awesome. All right, so we are double checking the chat. So if there's any questions you have throughout the presentation, you're more than welcome to ask us at the end. But if there's something too, we'll make sure to be checking the chat in case you guys have any questions. So again, Sierra and myself already introduced ourselves. And again, I'm the one you're getting all the emails from. You will definitely see Sierra here in the summer as well. So just a quick overview, most of this information you guys already know, so we'll kind of go through it a little quickly. You will be here for 6 weeks. This is a residential program open to Arizona high school students only. This is going to be our 39th summer, and over 3,100 students have attended. And again, the very best part, which you all know about, is that it is completely free. So your meals, your housing, your tuition, your books, all of that stuff is covered. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. But it is a free program. So if any of you are getting any weird ASU charges, don't worry about them. We are taking care of them. Okay. Oopsie. All right, there we go. And again, a lot of you who are returning might see some of your pictures. All the pictures that you see are summer 2023 pictures. So the goal of the program is to help our students successfully complete a college level math course, building a community of like-minded students and will also help you successfully transition to college. We'll talk to you about valuable college resources, provide tutoring and mentoring help, and again, hopefully have a fun and enriching summer experience. Here's just a quick breakdown of all of our students. As you can see from the chat, we've got students from all over the state. I see Ajo that popped in. I see McClintock and Ironwood, Lake Havasu. We have students from all over the state, which is awesome. So there's 83 total students that are going to be coming in this summer. 39% of our students are rural. So those Ganado, Lake Havasu, San Luis students that we have. 73% of our students are first generation college bound, which means that you are the first in your family to go to college. And 55 total Arizona high schools from all over the state are being represented. Now, our staff, if you joined our private IG page, you've seen that we've been posting pictures of our staff training, which we've been doing this week. And so this is some of our staff. We've been getting them ready for your arrival. So we're really excited about that. We've got 40 total staff members, including success coaches, tutors, program aides. They are all ASU college students. So there will be a really good resource for you to learn a little bit about their major, what it is that they do. And a lot of them are actually math science alumni. So I would say about half of our staff are students that went to our program and are coming back to work for us in the summer. So those of you who are returning, you'll see a lot of familiar faces this year. So a couple of things to do. Again, I apologize for the gazillion emails that we've been sending, but a couple of things we want to make sure that you're remembering before you arrive on Sunday. First and foremost, set up your ASU right and password. You were supposed to have gotten an email from ASU computer accounts a week or so ago. I've gotten a couple of emails of people panicking because they can't find it. That's okay. If you haven't gotten that email, just send me an email and I can walk you through the process. So it's not a problem. But you do need to set this up because this is the only way you're going to access your summer class and the laptop that we will be letting you borrow for the summer. This should be done before the first day, but you can also wait until you get there and then we can help you set it up. And again, our email address is there if you need help, or you can just respond to any of the 50 emails that I've been sending to you this week. Sun cards. This is one thing that I put in this last email. Everyone will receive an official ASU identification card. After you've set up your ASU Right ID, you will be able to go onto this website and upload a picture so you can get your Sun card. All the Sun cards will be held and they will give them all to us. Again, you'll see where it says this is a $25 charge. Don't worry about it. It'll be on your account. We will pay for it, but just know that you will see that, okay? But again, if you are an incoming freshman, you should already have a Sun card. And if you are returning again this summer, just make sure you guys bring your Sun card with you as well. Now, this one is new, okay? Our understanding in the past, they've always accepted all the immunizations from us. And a couple of days ago, they said that that's not going to work anymore. So what they want everyone to do after you've done your ASU Right ID is for you to submit your MMR immunizations to this website. So we apologize for this. This is something new that they just threw on us a couple of days ago. So again, if we can get this done by the first day, and any questions that you have on how to do that. But once you go onto the link, once you log in, it'll say My Health Portal and you'll be able to upload your MMRs there. So we apologize. Let's see, do I need to submit it? Because mine seems listed down. Faith, can you be a little bit more specific about what do you mean listed down? Like it's not working? Has anyone else tried to submit their MMRs? Incoming freshmen, you guys don't have to do that because you guys probably already did do that, but pop in the chat and let me know. Mine seems to be on it, even though I've never submitted it before. Okay, well then good, you don't have to worry about it then. But yeah, that's odd. If you're, you know what, you're an ASU digital student, that's why. That's probably why yours is there. But again, if you're having any issues, make sure you're emailing us to let us know. But this can be done up and through the first week. So if we're having issues, we can figure it out together. Because again, this just came to us a couple of days ago. All right, Sierra, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you so we can talk about first day information.
Sorry, I was creating the rooms.
Okay, you're good.
Okay, so on the first day, on Sunday, we want you guys to arrive around 2 p.m. the earliest to check into the Barrett Honors dorms. And there you will be and there you'll be able to like meet with us with all your questions and things like that as well. You'll get your room keys, and then your meal cards and all that. And then around 4 o'clock, you'll meet with your assigned coaches. And then they'll do like a campus tour and to let you know everything else you'll need to know. At 5 o'clock, you'll do dinner and you'll do some icebreaker activities. Around 6:30, 6:30 is when you'll do the campus tour. And then at 7 p.m., you'll do an activity at the residence hall and you'll have some free time. And then around 10 p.m., you'll go to your specific floors. Girls will be on the girls' floor, guys will be on the guys' floor. And then at 11, you'll have curfew in your rooms. So the Bear Honors Hall is right here on this map, if you guys can see. It's right on Apache, in the corner of Apache and Rural. And the parking where we want you guys to park is, and we'll also have validation for parents, will be in the rural structure parking lot. So that is north of the dorms. It's right on Lemon and Rural. Okay, so some things to bring. So you guys will definitely need to bring your linen, your pillows, your blankets. Sometimes it could be cold in the dorms. You'll bring bath mats, towels, all your toiletries and things like that. The sizes of the mattresses are twin or twin extra large. Those are what fits the mattresses. You can bring your snacks, you can bring water in your rooms, a desk lamp. Some of the lighting in the rooms can be a little bit dim. We ask that you bring either your state ID, well, both your state ID and your school ID if you have it. You will get in your ASU Sun card, but those of you who are incoming freshmen, if you already have an ASU Sun card, please bring that. Or those of you who were in the program in the past, you will need to bring your ASU Sun cards. Yep, any toiletries, personal items, make sure to bring your medications, or if you have like Advil or stomach medicines. We're not allowed to provide that to students. Um, Bring a business casual outfit if you have it. Some sun protection, definitely. Bring some sunscreen, bring your sunglasses. It is hot during the summer, and sometimes we get sunburnt or, farmer's tans from walking around all over campus. You can bring spending money, but it's only for like personal uses if you want to go to the bookstore and buy an ASU t-shirt or a hat or something like that. But the laundry facilities on campus, they do provide washing machines that are free. You just need to bring detergent. For those of you who are like staying on the weekends specifically, there are no cleaning supplies. So if you want to bring some like Clorox wipies or anything that you can, like clean for like within that 6 weeks. Yeah, the rooms do get cold, especially the classrooms. Sometimes they're cold too. So we do suggest if you get cold very often to bring a sweater. An alarm clock for those of you who need help waking up in the morning. Your moms and dads are not here to help wake you up. I know I had my mom wake me up in the morning when I was in high school. So definitely bring your alarm clocks. Any gym clothes, you guys will have membership to the SDFC. So if you guys want to go to the gym, there's also a pool there, so you could bring a swimsuit. And then it's optional if you want to bring a mini fridge or a microwave. But if you don't have it, that's fine, you don't need it. So we will be providing you with a laptop and a laptop bag. And we'll also be providing you with a graphing calculator and then any type of like little supplies like a pen, eraser, rulers, papers, notebook. But the only thing we won't provide is a backpack. So if you want to bring your backpacks for the year, you can go ahead and do that. We have like a little bag that we have everything in, but or you can keep all your stuff in your laptop bag. Wait, I think you're on mute.
There we go. So before we move on to schedules, I just want to take a look at some of the questions in the chat. What's considered business casual? It's hot. I mean, wear shorts and jeans. You're totally allowed to do that, but just one outfit. We are going to go see Hamilton this summer. So if you wanted to wear like a nicer kind of business casual, like a polo and like nice black slacks or something, you're okay. Again, not required to, but you can if you want. Diana, yes, if you lost your Sun card and are returning, make sure that you're emailing me. Is there a dorm kitchen? Okay, so thank you, Mandy, for responding to that one. You are welcome to bring your own computer if you want to for personal use, because you won't be able to download any programs on ours. So yes, if you want to, you can. And then there is a dorm kitchen, but it's one kitchen for the entire hall. And sometimes there are other programs there that we have to share with. So it's there, but sometimes it's a little busy. Let's see. And then Delilah, email me as well. Okay. Let's see. So our daily schedule, this is what Monday through Friday is going to be looking at. And let's see, students, we do have tutoring, optional office hours in the morning if you want to get like last minute tutoring help from 8:15 to 8:45 a.m. And then all students have to be in class by 8:45. Our professor will show up at 9. So we want to make sure that everybody is there by the time that they show up. We'll have problem sessions in the morning. We do have an hour and a half break for lunch. We come back after lunch, we do problem sessions. We do have the students check in with the staff at that point. From 3 to 5 o'clock, we have individual tutoring sessions and then group tutoring sessions. We are moving our academic success presentations to Mondays as well. We break for dinner from 5 to 6:30. We do have evening tutoring this year. We'll have evening tutors for all of the classes. We'll have some social activities. Everyone is back by 9 p.m. to the residence hall. Everyone's up at the floors by 10, and then curfew is at 11 o'clock every night. And so breakfast is actually there at the dining hall. I didn't put breakfast in, so thank you, Margaret, for pointing that out. But breakfast is from 7 to 8:30. Okay. But we will offer breakfast. That will be breakfast and dinner will be at the dining hall, and we'll get to meals in a second. But yes, breakfast is offered. Thanks, guys, for popping in and answering questions. I appreciate that. The 4th of July holiday falls on a Thursday this year, so we didn't want to make everyone come back on Friday. So we actually get a 4-day weekend for 4th of July this year. There'll be no class on Thursday, 4th of July, or Friday, July 5th. So students, you will get a nice 4-day weekend before we come back and get ready for finals, okay? So the weekend checkout, parents, you can come and pick up your student on Wednesday, July 3rd from 6 to 9 and bring them back to the dorm on Sunday, July 7th, okay? So it'll be a nice extended little break to get everybody ready for finals. For the very last day, I know you guys haven't even gotten here yet, but parents, we know that you guys need to start making arrangements. That will be on Friday, July 12th, and our closing ceremony will be at 9 a.m. We encourage all parents, families, you know, extended grandparents, whoever you want to bring with you, you are more than welcome to bring them to the orientation. And then as soon as orientation is over, everyone will head back to the dorm because everyone needs to be out of the residence hall by 11:30 a.m. So students, we are going to encourage you that last week to start packing up. If you go home, the weekend before for 4th of July, I would suggest taking as much stuff home as you can because that morning is going to be orientation, move out your stuff, and then we got to be out by 11:30. Okay. And then let's see. Okay, thanks guys again for hopping in and answering those questions for Kenneth. Thank you. All right, Sierra, I'm going to bounce it back to you.
All right, so now we're going to talk about meals. So we will be providing breakfast and dinner at the dining hall. Barrett Dining Hall is it's a cafeteria and it's pretty much all you can eat buffet. Their buffets, I think their buffet is pretty good. What do you guys think, past students? How did you like the Barrett food? So breakfast hours are from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. right before class. And then dinner hours are from 5 to 6 p.m. Yeah, see, most of the students like the Barrett food. And then lunch, so you guys will also receive a meal card to eat at the Memorial Union, which is closer to the classrooms. So students are allotted about $12.50 per day for lunch, and you can eat at any of the places in the Memorial Union. So there's Burger King, there's Chick-fil-A, Einstein's, Jamba Juice, Qdoba, Subway, Starbucks. We ask that you don't spend all your money at Starbucks. The money that you get on your meal card, that's the money you got for the whole summer, and we can't add any more money on that. So if you guys spend all your money in the beginning, you're gonna have to maybe rely on your classmate to buy you lunch or something like that. I don't know, but make sure that you guys learn to budget your money and only spend the $12.50 per day for lunch. All right, go to the next slide. Okay, there you go.
All right, so next we're going to talk about weekend procedures. I just want to go to a couple of questions that are coming into the chat. The Jamba Juice is officially closed, right, Sierra, I believe. So the Jamba Juice will not be there this summer, so it won't be open. Let's see. I do have a question here. Is it required or mandatory for a parent to accompany you on the very first day that the program starts? No. To parents, students, if you're driving and just kind of coming off on your own or your parents are dropping you off, that's completely okay. I like how everyone's going off on the food. That's awesome. All right. And cash is not accepted at the cafeteria. Everyone will be given a meal card. So you guys will just be swiping or writing names down on a list. So you don't have to worry about cash because again, we are paying for that as well. All right, so for weekend checkout, so every Wednesday, students are going to complete a Google form to let us know if you're going to be staying for the weekend or if you're going to be going home for the weekend. For those people who are going home for the weekend, who's going to be picking you up, or do you have self-checkout? There are a number of you who do not have self-checkout, which is fine. Parents, that just means that you will have to actually, let me see if I'm getting ahead of myself. I am getting ahead of myself, so I'll get to that in a second. And then For students who live outside the Phoenix metropolitan area, so again, that's my Tucson's, my Ganados, my Window Rocks. If you're staying outside for the weekend, just let us know if you are going to be checking out for the weekend or if you're planning on staying. So that Friday checkout, class officially ends at 3 o'clock, and students, if you live in the Phoenix metropolitan area, which is 50 miles away from the ASU Tempe campus, you are required to go home on the weekends. It's roughly about $4,500 to $5,000 for every student for us to pay for in the summertime. We've got 83 students, so do the math. It's a lot of money, and that's not even including staff and everything else. So unfortunately, we can't afford for Phoenix area students to stay on the weekends. So Phoenix area students, you guys have to go home Fridays from 3 to 6 o'clock on Friday. The only people, if you have self-checkout, your parents have given you authorization to leave on your own if you have been given self-checkout. If not, we are going to take a look at the travel permission form. So again, if you do not have self-checkout access, we are going to be checking the IDs of every person that comes to check you out. That's why you need to let us know on Wednesday. So on Thursday, we can go through your list and double check to make sure that those people have been authorized. They will have to park, they'll have to come into the lobby and show us an identification. Parents, it's going to be really hot this summer. So if at any point this summer you're like, I don't want to do this anymore, my kid can just come out to me and I can stay in my air-conditioned car, you are more than welcome to send me an email and say, I want to change my child's checkout status to self-checkout. That's fine. And please note that self-checkout does not mean they can leave at any time. It's only for the weekends or any time that they get picked up by a parent. Okay. So just to kind of clarify that. Let's see. Students have to check out before you leave for the weekend. You must come to the Barrett Residence Hall lobby to let the staff know that you're going to be leaving. We'll collect your room key. It is really expensive to replace your room key. We'll also collect your access card. That way it's nice and safe. It's with us. You don't have to worry about like, what if I come back and I forget it? We'll collect your keys. We'll make sure to sign you out that you've checked out, and then you guys will leave. Okay. You've got the whole weekend home free, and then you will come back on Sundays from 6 to 9 p.m. So again, you'll come back to the lobby. You'll keep your, we're actually going to have you keep your access card because there is a gate that you need to scan in to make sure they can let you in. You'll keep your access card that will let you into the dorm. You'll go back to the staff, get your key, check back in, and then the week starts all over again. Okay. If you drive a personal vehicle, there's a couple of you who are driving your own car. You have to give us your car keys. We will keep them for safekeeping. We just want to make sure that you're not gallivanting off somewhere like in the middle of the night without us knowing. So we will collect car keys for the couple of you that are going to be bringing your car this summer. If you are checking out for the weekend, please note that dinner is not going to be provided for you on Sunday night. So make sure you eat dinner before you come back for the weekend. Now, for those of you who live outside the Phoenix area, you are welcome to check out for the weekend, or you can stay at the dorm. It's completely up to you. And again, we're going to ask you every week. So every week you can let us know what your decision will be. If you want to stay for the weekend, you'll have to abide, by the same procedure as above, to letting us know every weekend if you're going to be staying or not. We do have weekend activities planned for those weekend students. We do have a bus that comes and takes us to the different activities. We pay for all the meals and we pay for all of the activities, okay? If you want to bring money for like spending cash or want to buy a hat, that's up to you. But any dinner activity will be on us. So again, you do not have to pay for that. There is a separate weekend staff that is there overseeing the students as well. And we'll talk about safety in a little bit. But again, they'll be at all the activities and they will be at the dorm for the students to ensure their safety. Can parents pick up students on Saturdays instead of Fridays? We are really trying to not have that happen because sometimes the weekend students will leave for an activity early on Saturday. And if we're waiting for a parent to come and pick up, the whole plan kind of gets messed up. So if you're going to get picked up, we really highly recommend that it gets on Friday night. Okay. And for students staying for the weekend, are they allowed to leave campus? No. If they are staying for the weekend, we do everything together as a group. They are not allowed to leave campus unless a parent calls us and says, I'm going to pick them up, and that's it. Okay. But again, thank you, Mandy. For safety reasons, you guys all have to stay together as a group. Okay. But we will have that weekend staff there to keep an eye on them. All right. And then Sierra.
Okay, so I will talk about some of our safety and best practices. So safety is our number one concern at the program, and some things that we focus on for safety in our program is that Some of the students or all the students will have to check in with the coaches daily, every day at 3 p.m. after classes, at 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. in their dorm rooms. Pretty much check in, they'll let us know what they're planning to do for the rest of that time in that time frame. They do have to remain on campus at all times, just like Cindy says. They're not allowed to leave the dorms after 6 p.m. unless they're accompanied by a staff member. We ask that if at any time you need to cross the street, you use the crosswalks or use the street lights, but you'll be accompanied with a staff member if it's at night. Students can only be transported by authorized ASU vehicles, so they cannot go in a car with their friends. They cannot go in a car with staff. It's as long as it's an authorized ASU vehicle. No male students will be on a female floor, and no female will be on the male floors. Staff should not be alone with students at any time. We will make sure to check any photo IDs before checking out a student to anyone. So that's why we ask like parents to bring your IDs at when you check out your students, so that we can know that you are the person you say you are and you're checking out that student, because safety is one of our biggest things. Residential staff, they live in the dorms with the students and they make sure to check on them. They make sure to do their curfews and everything like that. And the name badges and lanyards are worn at all times. So we ask all our staff and all our students to wear their name badges, and their name badges are yellow. So that way we can see that that's our student, that's our staff, anywhere on campus. And then, so we also have these comment forms. So if at any time there is any type of concern and one of your students, they feel like they can't come talk to either Cindy or I, they can't talk to their coach or a tutor, we have these anonymous comment forms. So they can leave any type of comment they want. They can leave any type of concern, like, hey, the Barrett food is doing really good, I really like it. Those are the comments, that are positive. If at any time they feel like they need to leave any concern, they can feel free to do that. One thing we ask though, if you don't put any details like, oh, my classmate is being disruptive, or my classmate has been picking on me, and you don't leave any detail, there's nothing that we can do about it. So make sure to leave names, any type of detail that you can. And Cindy and I check that every single day. Whenever they come in, we get those notifications, so we're able to handle those with discretion at all times.
All right, so we wanted to talk a little bit about what happens if my kid gets sick at the program, okay? Any students and staff, for those of you who are on here as well, protocol for everyone who gets a fever, whether it be COVID, whether it be strep, whether it be, an ear infection or anything else, we don't know if that's going to be an infectious disease or not. So any student that comes down with a fever, which I believe is like 100.7 or 100.5, parents, you will need to come and pick up your student, okay? We did have, we want to make sure that we don't have any kind of outbreak going through. So parents, if you live in the Phoenix metropolitan area, we will contact you and let you know that your student is sick and has a fever. You'll come and pick them up. We will give more time for obvious reasons for those students who live a little bit farther away. Anytime a student is out and is sick, we do set up a Zoom for class spreads, and then like tutors are available on Zoom. We want to make sure that the students are not falling behind. So they will be able to attend class via Zoom if they are sick. So if you feel sick, just let us know immediately and stay home, okay? Again, we can Zoom your lecture. We can, email you your assignments. We can Zoom to tutor you. We just want to make sure that we are not, getting everybody else sick. So please be mindful about that. Now, if you get sick at the program, we do have the ASU Student Health Center. So we can take students there during the week. If I just have a stomach ache or a really bad headache, we can take students there. If it's after hours, they're only open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. So if it's evening and it just absolutely can't wait until the next day, we can take a student to urgent care, but that's going to be on personal insurance, or we can take a student to Tempe St. Luke's, which is the hospital right next to campus. Okay. Let's see. And then Sierra, I'll just take this one since I'm already here. So a couple of tips to succeed. Now, for those of you who were in the program last year, what is your best advice to the new students on how to succeed this summer? What is your best advice? Pop it into the chat. Let's see what you guys come up with. All right, let's see. Go to tutoring. Yes, thank you. We're actually going to talk about that. Go to tutoring, study with your friends, even if they're in a distant class, ask for help. Like, see, what other things? Ask for help if you don't understand something. Some of the things that we notice when we're little, when we're in junior high or in high school, people don't like to ask for help. Okay. And that's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that you're dumb. It just means that you need a little bit of guidance, and that's okay. It's okay to ask for help. So please don't be scared. And that is definitely the number one thing that we recommend to everyone is we do have the tutors available. Again, we have 40 staff here. Half of that is the tutoring staff. And so they're getting paid to come and help you. So thank you, past participants. Yeah, we all are math nerds, and that's okay. So I'm happy that for those of you who came last year, the tutoring was so helpful for you. But again, the tutors will be in your class all the time, afternoon tutoring, evening tutoring, you name it. So thanks guys for popping that into the chat. But again, success tip number one, I'm glad you guys all agree, attend tutoring sessions, okay? If you're not doing great academically, some of those sessions are going to be mandatory. But again, it's meant to help you understand the material and succeed in the course. As we've mentioned before, you're getting college credit for this class. It's going to be on your transcript. And that's something that we take very seriously. We don't want you guys to come and get a bad grade and then it's going to follow you through your ASU career. So we are here to help starting on day one. We're going to keep an eye on everyone's grades and make sure that we are offering that help to you, from the very beginning. So make sure you're arriving to everything on time, completing your assignments, read the textbook, take notes, be engaged, again, ask questions. I cannot stress that enough. And again, we're here to help you succeed. That is our job. So ask us for help and we are here for you. So student expectations, be respectful and appropriate, demonstrating kind behavior. Again, those community norms that we talked about at the beginning of the presentation to your peers and to the staff. Make sure that you're arriving to everything on time. That's one of my big pet peeves. So again, if it says 9 a.m., make sure you're showing up to everything 5 minutes early, okay? Make sure you're completing all your assignments. We are not about accepting or putting up with disrespectful or inappropriate conduct, okay? We have the right to send people home at any time. And I would hate for you to miss out on the summer opportunity because you're cyberbullying someone or because you're being disrespectful. That phone call to a parent, I have to make that call and that call really sucks. So let's just be kind and help each other out so we don't have to do that, okay? But again, we do have the right to send people home at any time. Don't let that be you, okay? Wow, lots of snacks and lots of cleaning supplies. Thanks, guys, for bringing that up. All right, now parents, this is specifically for you, okay? The program can be intense. Past participants, pop it into the chat. Can the program be intense? Okay, let's see what they come up with. Both Sierra and I attended the summer program, and a lot of our staff that's returning have also attended the summer program. We do not sugarcoat that at all, okay? You're going to get to the point where you're going to have math nightmares, okay? And the past participants can pop that into the chat and agree with me, okay? We are taking a 16-week class and we're cramming it into 6 weeks. It is going to go really quickly. It's a lot of work. And I'm not saying that to scare you. I want you to know what to expect. That's why we provide so much help for you. If parents, you ever get that phone call, and it happens every year I get the phone call, my kid is in the bathroom crying, they're really freaking out, they're really stressing out, call us and let us know. Parents, if you guys want to call us and, hey, please don't tell my kid, we are totally okay with that, okay? If you just want to voice some of the concerns that you have, we don't have to tell your kids that you called. You are more than welcome to always contact us. But encourage them to ask questions and attend tutoring sessions. Some of the things that the students really stress out about tend to be my grade, I'm homesick. I miss my mom. They're not going to tell you that, but they do. I miss my mom's cooking. They're not going to tell you that, but they will. But it's a lot. They're coming to a new place. They have a roommate. I have a really fast math class. It's a lot to take in that first week. So we definitely keep an eye on everybody that first week. We've been doing a lot of staff training this week, how to keep an eye on our students that are struggling and like how to help them. So we are here for you. But parents, call us and let us know. The hope is that students, you guys will come and tell us, hey, I'm really stressing out. I could really use help. But parents, if you feel like they're not being forthcoming, and just call us and let us know, and we will find a way to help them. Okay. So thanks guys for hopping that in. Still talking about cleaning supplies. Okay. We do have a lot of social activities throughout the week. We have, I just bought a ton of stuff to make friendship bracelets, literally a ton of stuff. I was very like, oh my gosh, so many beads. So we're going to have like, let's make friendship bracelets. Let's come and do this. Let's come and take pictures. Let's come and play volleyball. We have a lot of different social activities to make sure that our students have that mental break. So encourage your students to go to things like that. It's helpful for them to get to know some of their other peers. I know it's scary because a lot of you are coming and have no idea. There's no one else here that but it's okay. Everyone else is kind of going through the same boat. Okay. Suggest to your students that they take a break, that they go like swimming, that they, take a nap, take a walk. A lot of them don't get sleep, so encourage them to get sleep. And again, you're more than welcome to email us and just kind of let us know if you're worried about your student. We are here to help. Now, students, you have all been sent this email for the student Google Drive. I believe I sent it out. There's a link that was out in last week's newsletter, but everything that you see here, everything that we're going to give you on the very first day is pretty much the stuff we already put on here. The guidelines, content information, we'll give you a physical copy on the first day, but again, you can always access everything from the student Google Drive. Any presentations that we do in the summer, all of that we will put on here, okay? So make sure you guys are keeping an eye on that, your calendar, all of that. Again, you'll get a copy of that the first day, but we will also have that on the Google Drive if you can't find anything. All right, Sierra?
Okay, so now we're going to talk about communication. So please notify us, just like Cindy said, ASAP. Like if a student needs to be absent due to like a doctor's appointment, an illness, if you need to check your student out early, you can email. We prefer you email us at the mshp@asu.edu, or you can call us Monday. This is our phone number that we check Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then in the next slide. So after 3 p.m. From Sunday through Thursday, our success coach supervisors' phone numbers are both here. So Ben's phone number is here and Sonia's phone number is here. And those are our residential hall success coach supervisors. And then on the weekends from Friday to Sunday, Loretta is our weekend success coach supervisor. But here are both of our phone numbers, Cindy and my phone number. If you ever feel like maybe you can't reach them or our office phone number isn't working, you can definitely text either of us as well. And then for students, we want you to make sure to read all your JBMSHP emails. They definitely have important information, and make sure to respond quickly, which most of you guys hopefully have been doing. And then later tonight, we will send out a Zoom recording of this presentation. So just in case, like you're like, what did they talk about before? I don't remember. You can always come back to this presentation. I think you went back a slide. Oh yeah, there it is. And then today we'll also share, or you should have gotten an email already showing you who your roommate is and who your success coach is. And we want you to hopefully to be able to, we'll break out into your coach groups, and then you'll be able to get to meet everyone who's in your success coach and who's in your group. And then every Friday, Cindy and will send out newsletters with highlights that go over everything that happened during the week with pictures and things like that. And maybe something to note for next week, like if we need you to bring something, or if there's like a spirit week happening, things like that. And we also use a text message system called Remind. So that will remind all the students of every event going on, if we need them to submit something by a certain time. So what we want you guys to do is to be able to text one of these codes. So if you are if you're an incoming freshman, you'll need to text both of those codes to that number. And if you're not an incoming freshman, then all you'll need to do is text the BG36GCD. And we want you guys to take out your phones and do that now real quick, if you haven't already. I know a lot of you have, because we've been getting the notifications on our phones, so. Yeah, so any incoming freshman, ASU incoming freshman, you should subscribe to both. And the good thing is you can always come back to this slide if you haven't yet. And so we do post on social media. So our summer IG page is at JBMSHP at 2026, or sorry, 2024. It's the year 2024. Make sure to use the hashtags JBMSHP24 or just JBMSHP. Parents, you can go ahead and add this IG page too. We do post pictures of the students. Right now we have a lot of our staff introductions, like, hey guys, meet your staff. So for the most part, I think a lot of you have joined our social media page. So probably you have been seeing all those introductions. And then we also have a main Facebook page where we post a lot of scholarships or internships and things like that. So if you want to follow that page, it's there. Our main Instagram page is also there. It's just at ASU JBMSHP. And then we do have a LinkedIn page where sometimes we can post jobs and stuff like that for anyone, or internships for anyone who is interested. And then we do, for those of you who haven't completed the photo release form, or if you stated a no on there, we do make sure that your student is not on social media. So for those, so if you decide you want to change to let us have permission to show your students, like, we can totally do that and have them and all their friends on social media as well.
All right, so we want to talk to you about homework that you have. And again, as part of the like million emails I've been sending you guys, the deadline, I did send this email out last Friday. So what has to be done by tonight is we want you to complete that student pre-survey. Shouldn't take you more than like a couple, like 3, 4, 5 minutes. So that's due tonight. I think I've gotten about 73 of them. So we're still missing roughly about 10 to 11 of those student pre-surveys, and joining the Remind text group. So we are going to raffle off 2 $25 Amazon gift cards. So if you get these done by 11:59 p.m. tonight, if you haven't already done so, we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to do a wheel of names like we always do to raffle these off. And we're going to be raffling off 2 Amazon gift cards tomorrow. We're going to put that on our private IG page. We're going to announce who the winners are, but you've got to get that stuff done by 11:59 p.m. And we know that this is we're bribing you to get this done. So make sure, again, I'm only missing about like 10, 11 of you. I'm not missing that many. So make sure that you guys are getting it done. And then, Christina, I'll have to double check yours to see if you have already been submitted. So I can check that later. So just like send me an email message. And again, tomorrow we'll post it on the IG page, who won. And remember, on the newsletters that we're sending, so that one that I send, here's a Zoom link, don't forget, blah, 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 blah. That newsletter does not come from me, if you haven't already noticed that. It'll come from Joaquin Bustos Math Science Honors Program. So if you haven't seen that newsletter, make sure that you're marking it safe in your junk, because that's the email that you're going to be getting all the newsletters from. And we don't want you to miss out on any of that, okay? But there is a secret word on that email reminder. And if you pop that into your pre-survey, we're going to give you an additional entry for one of those gift cards, okay? So make sure you guys are getting that done by tonight, 11:59 p.m. Okay. So what I'm going to do at this point is what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have enough time for students, you guys, to go into breakout rooms. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the breakout rooms in a second once we tell you where to go, because we want you to talk to your coaches, get to know them, and get to know some of the people in your groups. Parents, if you guys want to stay in the main room with Sierra and us, you are more than welcome to do that. So you can ask us any questions that you may have. Okay. But again, we're going to break you guys up. I want to be respectful of everybody's time and make sure that our students have time to meet with their coaches. So for all my female students, again, you got the email earlier today of who your roommate is with their contact information. So we encourage you to reach out to them, introduce yourself. But again, that email also has your success coach's name. So for all of the girls, if you have Sarah as your success coach, you're going to be going into room 1. If you have Asia as your coach, you're going into room 2. If you have Nicole, you're going into room 3. If you have Kate Key, you're going to go into room 4. And if you have Corey, you're going into room 5. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to look for your name. So that way you can see what room you're going into. And then we'll move on to the guy coaches. But again, wherever your name is located, that's the room that you're going to be going to when the breakout sessions start. Okay. So again, this is just for the girls. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you about 10 more seconds to find yourself. But again, you do have that email also as well. Now for the guys, if Victor is your success coach, you're going to go into room 6. If David is your coach, you're going into room 7. Moises, you're going into room 8, and Anthony, you're going into room 9. So again, I'll give you a couple of seconds to guys for you to look for your coach. Okay, so Sierra, if you can, so let me actually stop recording. Stop recording.
Do you want me to open up the room?